Same scenario, $100,000 house, 1,000 square feet, rents for $1,200 a month. Okay, now this time's a little bit different. Now the seller just bought the house not too long ago. Let's say that they're in the military, they need to move or something like that, and they need to relocate. So now we have a house that has an FHA loan, and let's say that they owe $90,000. Okay, so that would normally just be a dead deal. Most wholesalers, it's just a dead deal. We can't do anything with that at all. So what we can do though is what's called a lease option. So let's find out what the payments would be, assuming that they had the PITI and everything figured out. Let's assume that they have a 4.5% interest rate. Looks like it's $456.02. I'm gonna round this up a little bit. Let's say the PITI on this is $860 a month. And they just want out of the house. They just want to be done with it. Okay, well, you can ask to keep the loan in place, depending on the state. Now, every state's a little bit different. Texas is its own animal, but I'm in Arizona, so I'm gonna talk about basically what I do here. But I still like to do my lease options on short terms, like 1 year or 2 years. I don't like to go 3, 5 years and stuff like that. I like to keep it short. I wanna get my buyer to qualify quickly. So what I do is I would negotiate a deal either where I could stay in the middle, which is called a sandwich lease option, or I can just do a lease option assignment where I just find a tenant buyer to take over this. So let's say I talk to the seller and the seller's like, look, I'm just gonna rent it out. I don't have enough to sell it. I don't want to deal with realtors. I was just gonna rent it out. Oh, well, let me help you find a tenant buyer for this. So we'll say the rent is $1,200 a month. So then all we do is we go and put a couple ads out, maybe some bandit signs and stuff like that, and we will find someone that's qualified to come in and buy the house for $100,000 with a $90,000 loan in place. And the way it works is we try to figure out however much of an earnest deposit, not an earnest, an option fee that they would give. So typically 3 to 5 months worth of rent. So let's say it's $1,200. Let's say 5 months worth of rent. That's going to be $6,000. Okay. And then what we do is maybe we go ahead and put this on the market for $96,000. We get a $6,000 option fee. So we find someone that's going to buy this at $96,000. We take a $6,000 option fee, and then we have a lease option document. Okay, and if you don't understand what this is, basically you have a document that's a lease, okay, and then you have a document that's an option to purchase, and a lease plus the option to purchase is the lease option. And then what we would do is we would assign this to the tenant buyer. Okay, we're going to collect our $6,000 option fee, and they're going to move on their merry way. Now let's say that the seller is like, hey, yo, I want some of this. So what about security deposit, or what about me? Am I gonna get any money, So what we can do is, you can even go as much as split the option fee. Even if you take $3,000, it's better than $0. Usually 1 month's payment is enough. So let's say you do give them $1,200 out of your $6,000. So you give them a $1,200 out of your option fee, right? We're going to subtract that from our $6,000. So you still net $4,800. And this was a throwaway lead. This was a deal that would not be a normal deal under any circumstances as a wholesale deal. So this is just one idea, and then we call this a lease option. Now, I have all the documents, I have all the contracts that you need for this. If you want to find out some more information on what paperwork to use, or if this was helpful, please send me a direct message, or please send me a message right here on this video and let me know what questions you have, how it is that I can help give any more clarity or explanations. Because what's gonna be great about this is these are the techniques we're using in our business that you can learn today and start using this week as well. This is what I teach all of my students. I teach them all these different techniques on how to make a deal happen. Most of us are used to the 70% wholesale deals, or 75% of ARV, minus repairs, minus profit, and then there's not a whole lot of meat left on the bone. And then maybe the seller owes way too much and it's not gonna fit. So like in this situation, they owed $90,000, right? They owed $90,000, and it wasn't gonna really work. I mean, even if they tried selling with a realtor, they're probably gonna have to come to close with some money. Or they may have to pay for a vacant house and utilities for several months while they move. So this is just one idea. If this was helpful and you'd like to learn more about seller financing, please let me know. Send me a message. Put your information below. Like and share this. I appreciate you watching. Please have a great day. See ya.